My beloved child, I see you. Not just your face, not just what others see when you smile, but I see deep within you. I see the place where sorrow sleeps beneath a strained grin, where your heart has learned to stay silent through pain, and where you whispered, "I'm fine," while everything inside was breaking. I am not deceived by the strength you try to wear each day. I don't overlook the calm front you've built like a wall. I step through all of it to reach the part of you that is trembling and needs me most. You've grown used to bracing yourself just to survive. You've learned to hide your tears behind laughter and your fear behind confident words. But my child, nothing in you is hidden from me. The sleepless nights, the quiet sighs, the times you wanted to say, "I'm so tired," but stayed silent, I see it all. I don't need you to say everything before I understand. I don't wait for you to explain before I come. Because I don't just know things about you, I know you. The storm inside you doesn't scare me. The swirling emotions, the struggle between belief and doubt, between hope and despair, none of it drives me away. I saw it before you ever admitted it. I saw your tears before they even fell. I heard the cry in your heart even when you didn't know how to name it. You are not alone in that silent exhaustion. You don't need to hold it all together to keep me near. When you have nothing left to hold on to, I am the one who holds you. The storm you're walking through doesn't make me turn away. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't separate you from me. You are not hidden by the clouds. You are not lost beneath the waves. You are not gone in the chaos. My eyes are still on you, never looking away for even a moment. When you think you've been swallowed by your situation, when you believe no one cares, when you want to give up because you can't see a way forward, I am looking directly at you, not judging, not rushing, simply present like a steady presence that never retreats. Do you know this, my child? In the middle of the storm, I'm not waiting for you to be strong before I come near. I don't say, "Calm down and I'll listen," or "Get through this and then I'll come." No, I am walking toward you in the middle of the battle, in the middle of the chaos. While you are still panicking and unsure what to do, I don't need you to be steady. I just want you to be honest, to allow yourself to be weak, to open your heart. And I will be your strength. When you are weak, I'm not disappointed. When you are tired, I don't walk away. When you are overwhelmed, I don't retreat. It is in those very moments that I move even closer to you. I am the one who isn't afraid of the storm. I am not afraid of your tears. I don't turn away from the one who is struggling. I come to embrace you, not interrogate you. I come to wipe your tears, not bring up your past mistakes. I come not after everything is over, but right in the middle of your storm. Don't try to hide your pain from me. Don't believe I will leave if you are not strong enough. Don't think I need you to have perfect faith. I come not to test you, but to be with you. And I see you in that storm, not as someone who is broken beyond repair, but as a child who is bravely continuing even when nothing feels certain. And my child, the storm will not last forever, but my presence will. Even when you don't feel it, I am still here, not far away, not distant, not abandoning you. Every second you stand in the wind, I am the one holding you so you won't fall. Every time you think, "I can't do this anymore," I am leaning in to whisper, "I know." But I am here. In the heart of the storm, I am not standing off to the side. I am with you. And because of that, you are never alone. My beloved child, I know that in the midst of the storm you often look up to the sky and ask, "Where are you, God?" There are days when you pray and hear nothing but silence. There are nights when you cry until no words are left, yet feel no reply. Slowly, you begin to think that I have left, that I no longer listen, that silence means absence. But my child, I want you to know this deeply. Silence does not mean I am not there. Sometimes it is within that very silence that I am doing the deepest work in your soul. When the seas are calm and the sky is clear, it's easy for you to see me. But when the sky turns dark, when thunder rolls and the waters rise, you begin to doubt. I understand that. I do not blame you for feeling abandoned. But I need you to know the truth. I am in the storm with you, not outside of it. I do not wait until the skies are clear to come near. I step into the storm, not because I am unafraid, but because I love you too much to stand by and watch you struggle alone. Just because you cannot see me doesn't mean I am not beside you. My presence is not based on your feelings. It is based on a promise that never changes. I don't retreat when you are angry. I don't disappear when you doubt. When you cry out from the depths of your heart, "Why me?" I am not offended. I move closer, because I know that anger is not rejection, but the aching cry of a soul longing for me to show up. Your unanswered questions do not drive me away. I don't love you less when you are weak or doubting or even angry at me. In those moments, my love stays even more firmly. I don't come to you when you have all the answers, but when all you have left are questions and a breaking heart. When everything around you falls apart, I am not swept away with it. When your trust in people is broken, when your plans collapse, when you lose direction and can't find a way forward, I remain steady. I am not caught in the chaos. I am the unchanging one in a changing world. When the foundation of your life shakes, when what was once familiar disappears, I am still the rock, unmoved and unshaken. You can lean on me without fear of falling. You can cling to me without fear of being let go. I do not hold you by condition. I hold you by promise. My dear child, the storm is not proof that I've left you. It is a setting for you to look again and realize I'm still there. Not in the thunder, not always in miracles, but in quiet presence, in the hand that steadies you when you fall, in the thought that comforts you at night, in the peace that cannot be explained in the middle of confusion. These are me, walking beside you through the storm you thought you were facing alone. You don't need to shout for me to hear you. Just whisper in your heart, "Lord, I need you, and I will be there, immediately, right next to you." Even if you don't feel it, my beloved child, I don't wait for you to be strong before I come near. My love is not reserved for the perfect. It is not given to those who have never fallen. That love is for you, the one who is gasping for breath on a long road, the one whose heart is weary, yet still tries to take one more step. I don't find you through achievements or fame. I find you in the truth that you cannot go on by yourself. And that truth doesn't disappoint me. It is what draws me closer. I don't come when you've regained your strength. I come the moment you fall. I come in your weakness, not to blame you, but to love you, to hold you, to lift you. I come not by your conditions, but through my unconditional love. I have seen every heavy step you've taken. I have heard each broken breath you've tried to hold back. You didn't speak, but I knew. You kept smiling at others, but I looked deeper into your eyes where your weariness could not be hidden. There were nights when you lay still, unable to cry, just staring at the ceiling while emptiness filled your chest. There were mornings when getting out of bed felt impossible, not because of laziness, but because your heart was too heavy. I saw it all. I do not sit above watching from a distance. I bend down and enter each moment of your fatigue, present with you in the silence you mistook for absence, but which is actually the tender covering of my love. You don't need to understand everything. I know you've asked, why is this happening? Lord, where are you? Why do I pray and hear nothing in return? I don't avoid these questions. I am not offended by your doubt. I understand because I too have walked through the darkest places. And when you no longer understand what is happening, I will teach you something greater than understanding. I will teach you to trust, not because everything is clear, but because you know I will never leave you. When you cannot lead yourself, let me take your hand. You don't need to move quickly, and you don't need to know the destination. Just let me lead you. My hand never trembles, it never lets go. And if all you can offer is a faint whisper, I need you, I will respond with my steady and gentle presence. When you are exhausted, that is not the time I say, try a little harder. That is the time I say, let me carry the rest. You've held on for so long. I know. Your shoulders have carried more than they were meant to bear. You don't need to keep pushing. Stop. Breathe. Let me hold you. There is nothing in you that pushes me away. Even if you are broken, even if you feel like a failure, even if you believe you have no worth left, I still see you as a treasure. I don't ask you to fix yourself before coming close. On the contrary, it is when you have nothing left to give that I come in and place upon you all that you need: peace, forgiveness, true rest. I don't just see you as a tired soul. I see within you the potential to rise again, not by your own strength, but by mine. My love is never distant. It is not up on a mountain or locked away in some far-off dream. It is here, right beside you. In every moment you fall silent, in every second you collapse. I hold you, not with thunder, not with dazzling light, but with quiet strength, like warmth on a winter morning, like a drop of fresh water in a dry desert. You don't have to do anything to keep me close. I have already chosen to stay, and no matter where you go, even if you forget who you are, I still know you belong to me. And I am never far from you, especially when you have no strength left. My beloved child, I know there are days when the waves rise so high that you think they will sweep you away. The unexpected hits you hard. Pain comes like an unending tide. Every time you try to get up, another wave crashes down. You lift your eyes and no longer see the sky. You lose all sense of direction. Your heart isn't panicked anymore, it is simply worn out. But my child, no wave is higher than my reach. No wind is strong enough to shake me. No storm is beyond the boundaries I have allowed. And in the moment you feel small and helpless, I am holding you close, keeping you secure in my arms like a precious child I will never lose. You are not abandoned, not for a single second. I never stand at a distance to watch you struggle. I am not a spectator in your battle. I am the one in the water, in the wind, right in the center of the storm, and I am keeping you afloat. If I were not with you, you would not still be here. You may not see it, but every time you fall and still keep going, every breath you take, every time you love when it hurts, That is the evidence that I am sustaining you. Sometimes I show up in a quiet peace, sometimes in a kind look, a warm embrace, a song in the night, or simply in deep sleep after days of unrest. These are not coincidences. They are proof that I am here. I am lifting you every single day. Each time you think you are going under, I lift you up, not with loud miracles, but with steady, quiet presence. You may feel you've reached the bottom and can't rise again. But I will not let you keep falling. I have set a limit, and when you reach it, I will raise you with a love stronger than any current. I never promised you wouldn't get wet, tired, or afraid. But I promised you would never be swallowed up. My hand is always there. It has never let go. When you stumble, I am not shocked. When you despair, I do not pull away. The deeper your despair, the closer I come. I never step back from your weakness. I step forward to lift you. The storm does not have the final say in your life. It may confuse you, frighten you, shake you, but it cannot define you. It is not the end of the story. I have already overcome it. Not just for me, but for you. When I died and rose again, I broke the power of death and opened a way through every storm you face. So don't stare at the storm and think it's everything. Look at me. I am the one who stood in the storm and did not sink. I am the one who pulled Peter from the waves when he doubted. I am still the one pulling you up every time you think it's over. You are still being held, still being loved, still being protected. Not because you are strong, but because I do not change, and I will not let you be overwhelmed. My beloved child, I know there are days when it feels like the world around you is falling apart. Everything you once thought was under control suddenly becomes chaos. The plans you carefully made disappear like smoke in the wind. The things you once believed were secure now seem fragile, and in the swirl of worry, fear, despair, and confusion, you whisper to yourself, "Is peace even real, or is it just a distant idea?" My child, listen to me. True peace is not an illusion. It is not built on perfect circumstances. It does not come from everything in your life going smoothly. True peace comes from my presence. When I am there, right in the middle of the storm, your heart can rest. Not because the storm vanishes, but because I do not leave you. I am your refuge in the storm. You don't have to find a safe place in order to meet me. I am the safe place. I am the shelter within your soul, unshaken by the winds outside. When everything around you is falling apart, you can still hide yourself in me, like a small bird taking cover in the cleft of a rock during a raging wind. I do not require you to be strong enough to hold yourself together. I only invite you to come into my presence. Let your heart sit down. Let your mind be still. I do not reject weakness. I am not bothered by your confusion. Instead, I embrace it. I welcome you with everything you carry, including your fear and your doubt. I do not build peace through logic. I give peace from my heart. You may not feel me in the storm. You may pray and hear no answer. You may sit in silence and hear nothing in return. But that does not mean I am not there. Don't let feelings define what is true. Don't let silence make you believe I've gone far away. I am closer to you than ever, especially when you have nothing left to hold on to. Sometimes my silence is not absence. It is me holding you tightly. Just like a father does not need to speak while he holds his crying child, I too hold you without needing words. I do not leave when you cannot feel me. In the very moment you think no one sees, no one hears, no one stays, I am surrounding you with a peace that surpasses understanding, that goes beyond reason, beyond senses, beyond limits. True peace does not require the storm to stop. It only requires that I am present, and I am present. Right now, not after you are okay, not after your faith is restored. I don't wait until you find the answers before I show up. I come while you are overwhelmed, while you are lost, while you are tired and dry. The peace I give is not like the world's peace. It does not come from control or certainty or success. It comes from the connection between me and you, a trust deeper than words, a presence greater than fear. I do not say you will never tremble, but I promise you will not fall. I do not promise the wind will stop at once, but I promise my hand will never let go. Because true peace is not the result of favorable conditions. It is the gift I give to those who dare to trust me in the storm. And you are here. In the storm, but also in my arms. You are not left to fight alone. I am not watching from a distance. I am right here, holding you, covering you, comforting you. Do not believe the lies that fear whispers in your mind. Do not let anxiety tell you a false story about who I am. Look at me. I am the one who never changes, the one who never leaves. You don't have to do anything more to earn peace. You only need to remain in me. And I promise, in me you will find a peace so deep that even the storm will have to bow. My beloved child, I know that sometimes you feel like you are living with a cracked faith. You no longer have long prayers, no longer feel the surge of emotion you once did. Praise feels distant. You open the Bible, but your heart feels shut. You enter each day as if you are dragging something heavier than your own body. You are tired of trying to believe, trying to smile, trying to do the right thing, when all that's left inside is confusion.
And then you start to blame yourself. Maybe I've failed. Maybe my faith isn't enough.
Maybe God is disappointed in me. But my child, no. I am not far from you because your heart is in turmoil. I don't ask you to pretend to believe when everything inside is shaking. In fact, it is that very struggle, the effort to stay when you no longer feel anything, that is the most precious kind of faith to me. I understand your heart more than you know. Before you can explain what you're feeling, I already know it. Before you can figure out why you feel so empty, I already see the storm inside. Not every emotion needs to be fixed right away. Not every question needs an immediate answer. Sometimes the only thing you need is to know that I am still here. Even when your heart is confused and your mind can no longer grasp what used to be clear, I remain by your side. It is not how you think. I don't avoid you when you doubt. I come closer. I sit with you in the dark place, not to preach or correct, but to be with you, to stay silent with you, so you'll know you are not alone. You don't need to hide anything from me. Not even your disappointment, your dryness, or your anger will change my love for you. True faith is not always bold declarations. Sometimes true faith is simply staying in a relationship where you can't feel anything, can't hear a response, can't see any change. But you stay, you don't let go, you wait, even with trembling hands. That is not weakness. That is a courage deeper than any loud proclamation. I have seen the mornings when all you could do was take a single deep breath. I have seen the nights when you laid in the dark without a single prayer on your lips. And I say to you, I see you. I honor what you're doing. I am here. Because to me, faith is not perfection. Faith is loyalty in the days without answers. Faith is choosing to look toward me even when everything inside you is questioning. And I call that beautiful. You don't have to prove anything to me when you are struggling. I am not sitting with a checklist to see if you're doing it right. I don't need a performance. I only want a heart that is honest. If all you can do today is sit still and breathe, I receive that. If all you can say is, I don't know anymore, I listen to that. If you doubt but still don't let go, then I am holding your hand. You are not being judged for moments of weakness. You are being loved in them, because I know that real love does not leave when someone stops being perfect, and my love for you is real. It goes beyond understanding. It is greater than every storm inside you, and it is strong enough to hold you steady even when you feel like you're sinking. My beloved child, I know you have gone through losses that weigh heavily on your heart. Maybe they are things no one else can see. The long nights you lay silently in the dark with countless questions running through your mind, or the mornings you wake feeling like the weight of the world is pressing on your chest. I see every loss, whether it was a relationship, a dream, or a part of yourself that no longer feels the same. You may have asked, "Why me?" or "Why did this happen?" or "Lord, do you see?" And my answer is yes. I see, and I am still here. What you have lost is not greater than the love I have for you. Nothing you have gone through can make me stop loving you. No circumstance can separate you from my care. No matter how many times you fall or how far you have wandered, I remain with you. My love is not fragile like human emotions. My love is a steady refuge and a firm foundation when everything around you falls apart. You are not too broken for me to restore. You may see yourself as worn fabric, torn and scarred, but in my eyes, those scars do not make you less beautiful. They make you more precious. Each scar proves you are still living, still standing, still fighting. I am not afraid of what you consider weakness. I draw near to it with patience, gentleness, and love without judgment. I do not cover your wounds to hide them. I heal them by filling them with my love. I do not use glue to hold you together. I use my light to make you shine. You think you are a ruined painting, but I see a masterpiece in progress. You think it is too late, but I say it is still the right time. I do not want you to return to who you used to be. I want to lead you into something new, where your losses are not flaws, but foundations for something beautiful. What I have planted in your heart, including your calling, your grace, and every promise, is still there. The purpose I have for your life is not destroyed by what has happened. No failure in your past can cancel the future I have prepared. You may forget, but I do not. You may feel lost, but I always know the way back. Even the road you thought was a mistake can become the path I use to shape you, soften you, and teach you to trust me in the darkness. I do not build your future on perfection. I build it on love. Love is not limited by failure or loss. If something was taken from your hands, do not believe I am distant. It may be the moment I am working in silence, preparing something greater, deeper, and more lasting. Nothing that comes from me is ever wasted. Even pain, when given to me, can become the beginning of something new. What you have lost, I will redeem, not by returning it as it was, but by giving you something greater. I do not copy the past. I create what is new. You may have lost a person, a job, an opportunity, your faith, or a piece of yourself, but nothing is beyond my reach. I am the one who brings beauty from ashes. I am the one who makes the wilderness bloom. I am the one who leads you to places you never imagined, because I know you completely, and I never abandon what belongs to me. I do not want you to merely survive. I want you to rise. I do not want you to just move forward. I want you to grow into a deeper understanding of me. In that place you will realize that what was lost does not define you. I do. I, the one who has been with you through it all, am your true foundation. Let me redeem it, not in the way you expect, but in the way I have lovingly prepared. What you have lost is not greater than my love, and my love never runs out. My beloved child, there are moments when life feels like too much. The storm rushes in without warning, and everything that once seemed steady suddenly turns to chaos. You hold tightly to what you believe, but your hands grow tired. You keep praying, but your heart is filled with questions, and then you wonder, am I being punished? Has God turned away from me? But my child, I want you to know this clearly. I do not use the storm to break you. I use the storm to deepen your roots. A tree cannot learn the strength of its roots without the wind. In the same way, your faith cannot grow deep without testing. What you are going through is not meant to make you fall. It is meant to anchor your heart more deeply into my presence, into truth, into my unchanging love. I am not punishing you. I do not create pain to prove my power over you. I am a father, and a loving father does not wound his child to show control. What you are facing I have allowed, but not in anger. I allow it in mercy. Every trial I place before you is to strengthen you. Just as fire refines gold and the potter shapes the clay, I am forming you, not to take away your worth, but to reveal the treasure I placed in you from the very beginning. True strength is not born in comfort. It is formed through days when it felt like you would fall, but you chose to stay with me. Endurance does not come from knowledge. It comes when you choose to rise and keep walking, even when your heart aches and your eyes are full of tears. You think you are being tested, but I am training you. I do not train you to wear you down. I train you to make you stronger than ever before. I know that brokenness is not easy. I know there are things you cannot explain, only endure in silence. You have tried to hold it all together, but it still fell apart. And that has made you feel like a failure, like the dream is gone, like there is nothing left to begin again. But my child, I do not avoid your brokenness. I step into it. Not to criticize, but to restore. The cracks within you are where I let my light shine through. It is when you feel most empty that I fill you. It is when you see nothing left that I create everything new. The plans you once held, even if they are shattered, cannot destroy the greater plan I have for you. Because my plan is not built on what you can hold on to. It is built on the love I have for you, which never changes. From the ruins I bring beauty. From the tears I plant hope. From the darkness I shine a light like morning after a long night. And I want you to believe this. From the very storm you are in, I am creating something new. Not after the storm, not once everything is calm, but right now. I do not wait for conditions to be favorable. I work in the chaos. I plant seeds of hope in cracked ground. I bring water from places that seemed dry. What you are living through is not a sign I have left you. It is the evidence that I am doing something deeper, stronger, and eternal. I am not rebuilding you into what you were. I am leading you into who you are becoming. Someone refined, someone resilient, someone full of grace and deeper life. You are not alone in the storm. I am here with you, every hour, every minute. And when all of this has passed, you will see that nothing was wasted. Everything has been used by me to shape you into the person I always intended you to be, strong in faith, rich in mercy, and filled with light that will never fade. My child, do not think the storm is your enemy. There are things I can only teach you in the storm, not because I cannot teach in peace, but because some lessons reach deepest when your soul is stirred by trial. In the days when tears fall for no reason, in the nights when you want to give up, I am very near. I am not unfamiliar with pain. I have walked through the darkest night, carried the weight of deep loneliness, and I have overcome it all. That is why I now step into your storm, not with rebuke, but with arms ready to hold you. You think you are falling apart, but in truth, you are being reshaped. I do not do anything halfway. When I begin a work in you, I will finish it. You are not the result of failure. You are a masterpiece in progress. And in the storm I am working. I am not stopping. I am not giving up. Every breath you take, every step you manage to move forward, is proof that I am moving in your life. Stay with me. Do not rush to escape the storm. Seek me in it, because right there you will see me more clearly than ever before, not in brilliance and glory, but in my steady faithfulness. Not in grand miracles, but in quiet presence that never leaves. And when the storm passes, you will no longer be the same. You will carry something precious that nothing can take away. You will carry a deeper knowledge of me, an unshakable trust, and a softened heart shaped by my love. I love you. In the storm, and beyond the storm. Today, tomorrow, and forever. My beloved child. When the storm passes, you will not be the same as before. You will walk out not just as a survivor, but as someone who has been deeply transformed. The days when you felt like you couldn't go on, the hours when your tears wouldn't stop, the nights you cried in the dark alone, I saw all of it. And not 1 second of it was wasted. It was never just about making it through. It was about creating something new within you. You may not recognize it right away, but when you look back, you will see that in that pain I was doing something sacred, quietly but deeply. You will not just say, I was hurt. You will say, I have been healed. Not just, I lost something, but I have been restored. You are no longer just a victim of what happened. You become a living testimony of what is possible, because I am using pain to give birth to compassion in you. Maybe before, you knew me with your mind. But after the storm, you will know me with your heart. You will understand what it feels like to be broken, weary and afraid because you have been there. And from that place I will give you a heart that knows how to care. You will no longer just speak of love. You will become love. You will no longer speak of hope as an idea. You will carry it and ignite it in others. What you went through was not to make you harder, but to make your heart softer. So you can weep with those who weep, rejoice with those who rejoice, and understand that weakness is not shameful. It is the very place where my grace becomes visible. I have not allowed your suffering to be meaningless. Every tear you have shed matters to me. Every time you fell and stood back up, something strong was being built within you. You thought you were breaking, but in truth, you were being rebuilt. I am shaping your soul, not just so you can stand for yourself, but so you can lift others too. The shoulders that once bent in weariness will become a resting place for someone who is falling. The hands that once trembled in prayer will become hands that help others rise. I am changing you from within, not to make you what you were, but to make you reflect me more clearly. You will know me more deeply because of the darkness you have walked through, not through sermons, not through theology, but through real, lived experience. When you kept walking, even though you could see nothing, that was when your faith shined brightest. When you could no longer hear my voice, but still chose to turn your heart toward me, that was when you grew in trust. The darkness did not drive me away from you. It taught you to recognize the light I give. And when you emerge from it, your eyes will see me more clearly, and your heart will cling to me more tightly. It will no longer be borrowed faith, it will be real faith, forged through fire. I do not want you to simply believe in me. I want you to know me, and you will know me. Right there in the storm, in the tears, in the long nights that seemed endless. Then you will comfort others with the very comfort I gave to you. The things that once caused you pain will become instruments of healing. You will walk into dark places carrying the story of light. You will tell someone, I have been where you are, and I was pulled from that deep place. Not with theories, but with your life. Not with explanations, but with your presence. I did not rescue you just for your own sake. I rescued you so that through your life, others would be drawn closer. You do not need to become a preacher. You do not need a stage or a spotlight. You only need a heart that can say, I understand. I'm here, and so is God. This is how I will use you, not through what you avoided, but through the wounds that I have healed. My beloved child, you will not be the same after the storm, and that is a good thing, because you will no longer walk alone, but with me. No longer with fragile faith, but with unshakable trust. No longer with shallow love, but with deep compassion. No longer in fear, but in peace that surpasses all understanding. For every loss, I will give something more precious. For every dry place in your heart, I will pour out living water. And for every person you meet, they will see something different in your eyes. Not darkness, but light that has overcome the darkness. Keep walking forward, not with shame, but with faith. Not with unhealed pain, but with scars touched by love. Believe that the storm is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of someone new. And that someone is you. You are the living proof. My beloved child, the storm will pass. No matter how fierce it becomes, no matter how much it shakes your sense of direction, no matter how it stirs your heart with tears and doubt, it cannot last forever. No storm remains forever. They come and go with seasons and timing according to what I allow, but I am different. I do not come and go like a passing wind. I remain. I am not limited by circumstances or feelings. When everything around you changes, I am the one who does not change. When you look back after the storm, you will see it more clearly than ever. You will see that I never stepped away, never abandoned you, never lost sight of you. I was there the whole time, quietly, faithfully, patiently holding you with a love that cannot be shaken. And even after the storm has passed, I will still be here. I am not just present when you are hurting, only to disappear once you feel stronger. I am not a temporary companion. I am the Eternal One. My love has no expiration date. It is not measured by storm seasons or sunshine. I do not love you more on the days when you need me and less on the days when you are busy. My love is not based on your feelings, but on who I am, and I never change. So you can rest. When the skies are clear, when peace returns, when clarity comes again, I will still be there, not only as a memory of help once given, but as a living presence. Near, real, unshakable. You do not need to fear tomorrow, because I am already in your future. The things that have not yet happened, I have already seen. The turns you cannot predict, I have already walked. There is not a single moment in your life where I am absent. Even when you do not know what lies ahead, you can walk forward in peace. The one guiding you knows the road well. I never promised you an easy journey, but I did promise a safe one because it is covered by my presence. The things that make you anxious, failure, loss, betrayal, confusion, I have already made a way through each of them. Nothing in your future surprises me. Nothing is outside of the plan I have written for you. For I am the author of your story, from the first page to the last. And my child, the journey continues. But this time you know the truth. I do not leave. You will keep walking, but not with lonely steps. You will face challenges, but not with a fearful heart. Because this time you carry the memory of the storm, not to live in fear, but to remember that I never let go, and I never will. What you learned in the storm will stay with you. Trust, patience, compassion, a faith refined by fire. These are now your new tools, and you will look toward the future not with doubt, but with the eyes of someone who has seen the light after the rain. You will know how to pause, not out of fear, but to listen. You will know how to wait, not out of helplessness, but out of trust. You will know how to rest, not by giving up, but because you know I am in control. You will not need to prove anything anymore, because you know you are already loved. There is nothing more you need to do to deserve my nearness, and there is nothing you can do wrong that will make me take that love away. I am the one who does not retreat. I do not take back grace. I do not take back my promises. And if there is one truth I want you to carry with you from this chapter into the next, it is this certainty. I am still here, not just passing through. I remain, not partially, fully. I do not walk with you only in times of need. I walk with you through your whole life. Every breath, every dream, every pain, every victory. Every season, I am the one who is with you yesterday, today, and forever. You do not have to live in anxiety. You do not have to guard your heart from disappointment, because this time, you know, no matter what happens, I will still be here.